Let's talk about the film Together, which I had the chance to watch at South by Southwest this last week. And let me tell you, this was my most anticipated film of the festival. I missed it at Sundance. Of course, I was not able to attend Sundance. I was going to, but I didn't. So I was very excited when I heard that Together was going to be at South by Southwest. And let me tell you, the excitement was very much so there. This was the last movie I actually watched at South by Southwest. So I was going through watching all of these movies. I was like, I'm ready to watch Together. I'm ready to watch Together. And the day finally came. Alison Brie and Dave Franco star in this body horror film directed by Michael Shanks. It was the last movie I actually watched as well. So that whole time I was just like, I'm so ready to see Together. I'm so ready to see Together. And I finally sat down at the Zach Theater, lights dimmed, Together started, and I was just blown away. So let's get into this review and my thoughts on it. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Tons of reviews coming out for South by Southwest in the coming days. Don't miss out on any of them. So the film Together revolves around this couple who start to get this strange occurrence and presence that really starts to strain their relationship and pretty much is going to change their lives forever. But if you have not seen that trailer, do not watch it. I promise you it is worth going into this film not knowing much. But I'll read you the premise just if you want to know that. A couple's move to the countryside triggers a supernatural incident that drastically alters their relationship, existence, and physical form. So that's pretty much all you need to know, and that's all I knew as well, except for that other picture that's out there with Alison Brie and Dave Franco, which was all over the place for Sundance and South by Southwest. But other than that, no trailer for me. I did not watch it before the film came out, and I'm so happy I didn't. I went into this blind, not knowing anything at all, and that was the best possible way to do this one because it is so surprising. So I initially thought this was just going to be a straight horror film, and I was so surprised and actually happy that it wasn't. It had a lot of comedy in it, a lot more than I expected, and also some romance and tender moments, which I didn't expect at all, to be honest. Like, I knew it was about a couple and all of that, but I just didn't expect it to get as sweet and as tender as it did. And I think that Alison Brie and Dave Franco are so electrifying together. The chemistry really comes off the screen, and it's easy to say it's because they're a couple, right? But no, I think that there's just something so valuable with them being a couple as well, and being able to also translate that through the screen, because sometimes a person can have this loving relationship with someone, but it might not really come off the screen, especially with a film and things like that. I think that they do a great job at really showcasing a vulnerability that they have as well, and that really amplified the movie even more and just made the scares that much more higher, which I was really digging as well. The scares here, of course, that's what you want to know. Body horror, how much really is it there? And I will tell you, it's a bit minimal than I expected it to be. I was expecting this to be a lot more gross, I guess you could say. There are some moments that do definitely terrify you, and some might actually make you like wince depending on how you feel about certain things. But for the most part, it is sort of tame, but it's very eerie and it gets under your skin over time. There's a particular bedroom scene around the first half of the film that is so shocking and terrifying when it comes on the screen, but that's just because of the way that the movie had been built up already. Like, it sort of makes you put your guard down with the romance, with the comedy and all of that. And then when the scares come, it really does come at you hard. But it's not in a way where it's just trying to be gross or it's trying to just give you a pop-up scare for no reason. I think they're all warranted and they make sense throughout. And I think that just all goes with Michael Shanks directing here, which is great. I think he really knows how to position his camera, how to really elevate a scene with certain motions, and when to show and when not to show something, which is always an important rule, I think, when it comes to horror, is what you show and what you don't show and how you choose to show it and when. And I think Michael Shanks really knows how to do that so well here with Together. Undoubtedly, this is definitely going to be a film I'm just going to gush over throughout the whole year, and I'm so ready to see it again later in the summer. Really amazing performances from Alison Brie and Dave Franco, especially that third final act, I think was so powerful. And the final moments of this movie, I just keep thinking about them. They were so beautiful and so well done, honestly. Really amazing. And that just works so well due to Alison Brie and Dave Franco really being masters at their craft and keeping you engaged throughout these moments, because it is a very singular film in which you just follow mainly these characters in these certain locations, and that's pretty much all there is to the film. But it feels so grand the way that Michael Shank's story is sort of evolving and opening up even more of this world, that I found so fascinating. I would love to sort of dive deeper into it, but he keeps you at bay just enough so you don't get lost in the sauce, but you also get the thrills of this like story he's trying to tell, which I just think is very masterful and a true master at his craft. Overall, I think that Together is worth checking out. I think that Alison, Brie, and Dave Franco are amazing in it. I think Michael Shanks is a director you definitely want to keep an eye out for, because this was just an incredibly told story, as he is the screenwriter, and beautifully told through his lens and the positions and the way he moves the camera around. There's some scenes that were so breathtaking as well, and others that were so inspired, honestly. I really love how he's able to bring forth these different genres that usually are so hard to do on their own, and he mixes and mashes them all together here, from the comedy to the romance to the horror. It all lands for me. This was definitely my most anticipated film at South by Southwest, currently my favorite film at South by Southwest, and probably my favorite film of the year, honestly. If I'm, I don't usually like to say that so early in the year, it's still March, but I could definitely see this still being in my top 10 by the time the year ends. I just loved it so much, and I can't wait to watch it again. The film will be coming out on August, and it's being distributed by Neon. I suggest going into this not knowing anything at all. This is one you just want to go in and watch. If you watched the trailer already, it's okay. Don't watch anything else. Don't read anything more about this film. Just go into this not knowing much, because it will definitely surprise you how great it is. It is one of those movies that I just cannot recommend enough, especially if you're a fan of horror, if you're a fan of Alison Brie, Dave Franco, all those things. A good romance, because it is very sweet. I found myself very emotional by the end of the film. There's just so many tender moments throughout, and it's all just done so masterfully by these two, who are incredible from beginning to end. Really, really cannot wait for more people to watch this film and to talk more about it. But I think that this is definitely a direction in which I want to see more horror films and all of that take. These very like leap of faith situations where they're just trying new things and adding these elements as well that really shouldn't work together so well, but just because of how brilliantly it's done, it works. But honestly, love Together. Check it out when you can. Highly, highly, highly recommend. One of the best horror movies I've seen in a bit, and really cannot get enough of it. So anyways, as always, that's going to do it for me. I got some more South by Southwest reviews coming for you. This week we have Magazine Dreams coming out, as well as The Assessment, and a bunch of other films. So stay tuned for those reviews. I already got a Snow White review, which is coming out this weekend as well. Check it out if you can. And as always, I'll see all of you next time. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you think about Together, if you're going to watch it or not. Did you watch the trailer already? Comment below your thoughts and opinions on it. Or if you watched the film already, let me know in the comments below what you thought about it as well. As always, I'll see all of you next time. Hit the subscribe button and notification bell. 40,000 subscribers is the goal. Stay safe, stay positive.